welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you guys back on a Saturday morning. Where else could we be but right here? You could be a million other places, but you're not. You're right here. So I want to bring you back to what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, takeaways. Very, very simple, by the way. Okay, got to have a target. Got to have a target. Through you guys, the next million, not 1 million, but a million. We just pick a number. It's an arbitrary. You got to have an arbitrary target. Target should be big enough to get you excited. Now, if you're already a millionaire, or you're worth 10 million, or you're worth 20 million, another million probably ain't going to change your life. If you're in poverty right now and you're struggling, like most of us have been, most of us start with nothing. I actually don't know anybody that started out with a bunch of stuff. Most of the people I know started with nothing. Okay, you need a target. The target could be $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. It could be whatever. Okay, then you got to do the math on how you're going to reach that target. What we discovered yesterday was the math always ended up with a who. I don't know if you guys took this away yesterday. This is what I take away from yesterday when I go back over the notes. I'm like, okay, yesterday I talked about the wealth creation thing. You need wealth. You need some target, some financial target that creates wealth freedom for yourself. I'm just not hitting it yet. Don't worry about it. Okay? These are just right off the top of my head. Well, financial freedom is kind of essential if you want to be somewhat sane on this planet. Like, I understand why there's so many people depressed. When month after month after month, you can't pay your bills or you're working your butt off and you can't spend time with the kids or the spouse, you can't get around to your family, you can't take care of the people that you love, of course you would feel depressed. Any sane human being would be like, I don't feel good about the condition that I'm in right now. Okay, you guys agree with that? Yes. Doesn't mean you got a disease. It means you got some analytical decision making like, hey, my environment's not good for me right now and I can't take care of the people in my life. The people that I love, I can't take care of. Of course you're depressed. You don't need medication to handle that. You need a target, you need to do some math, and you probably need some well-being, okay? Wealth, the word wealth comes from health, okay? So number one, takeaways from yesterday. I'm just gonna give you a list of mine. Number one, decide and commit to a wealth category. Remember that? The wealth category, okay? You can be in this part, you can be in this part, you can be in this part, you can be in this part. Most people are actually told they can't do this and they should settle for that. Okay, if you go out today and you tell 10 people, I am going to create wealth freedom for myself and my family, I'm going to become super rich, I'll promise you out of 10 people, half of them are going to tell you, no, you're not. You never make it. It's not going to happen. That's only for a select group of people. You're not the right color, not the right age, not the right sex. You don't know the right people. It cannot happen. It can happen to you. I know it can. I don't care if you're 55 or 25 or 15. Now, my kids are going to have a head start. Why? Because they're in an environment of people that are like, you can do this, or, by the way, you can't do this. It's up to you, though. It's not up to me. All you got to do is do this math. How many believe if you had the target fixed and you didn't quit on it, how many believe you could actually attain almost any target? These fucking people. These people over here. This is what happens when you have too much money, okay? These people, like, okay, number two, you got to get everybody on the same page. On this target thing, if you're on a target, Elon wants to go to Mars and his team wants to settle on the moon, they ain't getting there. Everybody agree? Yes. What's he had? 3 or 4 marriages? Got 8 kids? Okay. I'm like, he's like, I'm going to Mars. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to do some big things. Okay. 3, inventory. You need inventory. You need to inventory your assets. What is your income? We talked about that and did an exercise on it. If you guys missed yesterday, by the way, if you were not here yesterday, put in the chat, this is my first day. This is my first day. If you didn't, you missed yesterday, which is fine. I'm gonna do my best to catch you up kind of with what you missed yesterday. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, inventory. You want to inventory your income and your assets. How much dough do you have coming in? How much money do you have coming in? What are your assets? And by the way, what are your liabilities? Now, most of you spend too much time on your liabilities. You spend too much time on worried about your credit score, and you're worried about how much you owe somebody, and I got a college loan. Dude, I wouldn't worry about any of that stuff right now. I would worry about the target. Okay, notice, the guy wants to become a millionaire, and he starts figuring out, this is the problem I have with Dave Ramsey's stuff. The guy wants to become a millionaire, and the first thing he starts thinking about is how to get rid of his past. I borrowed some money from 12 years ago. That's not the target. The target isn't behind you. The target is in front of you. So like if I'm in LA and I want to drive to Vegas, right? I don't go back to the house. Let me go see what I left. I'm going to go take care of the dogs now. That just delays my trip to Vegas, right? When I'm trying to get someplace, okay, the place you're trying to get to might mean you need to neglect or leave what you've done in the past. You wouldn't be the first person who walked away from something. These big groups, these big JPMs, the Goldmans, what's the big group that just walked away from a massive amount of debt? About $500 billion worth of debt. Not Blackstone, not BlackRock. Anyway, I'll think of it in a second. But and they'll be doing business again next week. Okay, so you got to get everybody the inventory daily of my cash assets, my income, what's my monthly income, my weekly income, my daily income, my by-minute income. I can break this up. See, you guys, remember, money follows what? Okay? And if this is what your money looks like right here, for most people, that's what their money looks like. It's a blank page. You really don't know where anything is. You don't know where it's invested. You don't know what it's invested in. You don't know who's got it, how it's performed, right? You don't know what bank it's in, what percentage is being paid. You don't know if it's $1, $10, $10,000. You can't tell me what you got. And if you're not paying attention, money follows attention. Okay? That thing you pay attention to will direct that energy. So if you're not paying attention to your money, guess what? You ain't gonna get your money. And money is a funny phenomenon. Money's like a jealous partner. You don't pay attention to it, it will find its way into somebody else's home. Huh? Revealed? Yeah, it's Brookfield. Brookfield was the group that just walked away. They walked away from 3 massive deals. One deal I think is in Finland for $500 billion. Okay, if you notice this, can you show this for the room too? Money follows attention. In 2000, if you Googled my name, it came up, literally, you could not find me on the internet. Could be a little bit of hope for everybody in the room. Right now, I probably can't find you on the internet. If I can find you in the beginning, it typically will be something negative. Like when you start trying to make moves on the internet and you start getting a little action, your negative stuff is going to show up before your positive stuff is. There's no way to get around that, okay? Your blemishes are going to basically, they're going to pop out on this board because there's nothing there. Now, when I start planning more and more articles, okay, it starts, like that's the way I get rid of negativity on the internet. I just plant more trees so you can't see the squirrels. You understand? You see the squirrels, like the more trees, the harder it is to see the squirrel, and probably the more squirrels. Right? So I'm planting trees, positive articles. Like, Johnny, can you go to the Grant Cardone, or just go Google search Grant Cardone? Now, in 2000, when you search my name, maybe one thing came up. He's going to do this in real time here. Grant Cardone. You guys can do this yourself, right? Now watch the first thing that comes up here. Let me see what Johnny sees here. Johnny, it says Grant Cardone. Oh, notice I bought an ad right there. I bought an ad on my name. CardoneCapital.com. That's probably Ryan spending my money. All right. Okay. Then it goes to sponsored. Somebody bought some. Oh, no. You see that? HowToBuyCashFlow.com. That's me too. Okay. All right. This is my real estate. This is my inventory. These are my assets. Right? If you're not going to, now watch this. Watch this Google page. That's me, that's me, that's me. All this was produced by me. All this content's produced by me. Keep going down, Johnny. A little bigger, Johnny, a little bigger. Grant Cardone. No, a little bigger. There you go, Johnny. Just keep going down the page. Okay, those books. The books, the reason for the books are not just for the books. It's like so I can start cluttering up. Why you keep popping in so hard, Johnny? Back up. There you go. Who's running this? Who am I talking to? Okay. All right. People also searched, okay? And I can see other people. Now watch this. I'm going to give you some content right here, okay? Click see more underneath Sabrina. Yeah, there you go, okay? See, all these people, I could actually do stuff on all these people. You've probably seen me work with many of these people, by the way. People that search me, search these people. So Dana White, go to Dana White, right? I'm doing something with Dana. Lewis House, I've done stuff with Lewis. I did something with Dan Pena years ago. I did an interview with him. Brandon Dawson's showing up on my page now, right? Because I'm collaborating with him and I'm sharing power and attention. Money follows attention, okay? The money's going to come. Now, once the money comes, if the money's big enough, I raise $1 billion. Guess what I get for that? I get more attention. This is the flow right here, okay? It goes like this, okay? Attention gets money if you want to collect money. Now, if you don't want to collect money and you just want to get attention, if you've ever gone to Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles and Jesus is on the corner of Sunset and 3rd or something, okay? He's Jesus, man. He looks like Jesus. Got the long hair. He's out there with his Bible, got the sandals on. He's working it out, man. But he's not making any money. He's just getting attention. Everybody thinks he's crazy. Okay? The same guy could go get attention, and get money, and people wouldn't think he's crazy. They would think something else about him. Oh, you a scammer. Okay? Okay, yeah, I'm a scammer. I'm trying to take care of my wife, my 2 kids, my dreams, and my family. And my charities. Go back, Johnny. Just go back, Johnny. I'm looking at a flower screen now. Okay, so look, if you go back to this screen right here, in 2000, none of that was on those Google pages. You put in Grant Cardone and everything else came up. Cardone Industries in Philadelphia. I had 0 control over my inventory, my assets. Your name is an asset. My dad taught me when I was 8 years old. He says, son, you got a couple things in your life, okay? One most valuable thing you have in your life is your name. Nobody can ever take your name from you. And I really took that to heart. Everybody loved my dad. Everybody said good things about my dad. Here's the problem. Not enough people knew my dad. This many people knew my dad. He knew everybody in the little town we were in, but he didn't know how to get outside that town. 2000, that was my problem. Nobody knew me. If nobody knows me, nobody can flow me. Can't help me. Can't help me if they wanted to. If you don't know I'm in town, you can't get me dinner. You can't invite me over. If you don't know I'm coming, oh, why'd you tell me? How many heard that before? Why didn't you tell me you were in town? Why didn't you know I was in town? I didn't know you were in town because I don't know you. Okay, you want to write this down. It's called obscurity. Obscurity. The word obscurity means I knew you. There's 2 definitions, basically. I don't know you. You're obscure to me. Now, you guys can be in the room and still be obscure to me. You guys understand that, right? You're obscure. I don't quite know you yet. You're in the room. Yeah, I got you in the room. I see you guys right now. I see you guys, right? I see Brennan O'Neill. I see Steve Armstrong. I see Brent George. I see Lynn Walker, okay? I see you guys. I see Kanye over here. Is that Kanye? What you doing, man? Okay. I see Rebecca in the room, right? But just because I know you for a moment, first definition is obscurity, the state of being unknown, inconspicuous, or unimportant. Okay? You could be in the room, but unimportant to me. So you gotta figure out, how do I get in the room? And how do I become important, right? The waiter, the bellman, the water guy at the restaurant, everybody knows he's there. There's a person back, when you go use the restroom, there's somebody washing dishes. You know they're there, but they're not important to you, so they're basically obscure, okay? Also, the second definition is I forgot you. I know you, you had my attention, but when I went to get my house plumbed, I forgot you're in the plumbing business. Obscure can also mean something that's unclear. I'm not sure about it. Okay, this leads to confidence, by the way. If you look up that definition, the more attention I get, okay, the clearer I would be about who you are. By definition, it says a thing that is unclear or difficult to understand. How many of you have heard this before? A buyer will not buy if they are confused. Confused is a state of unclear. I'm not clear. If I was absolutely certain this was the right thing to do, I would give you the money. If I knew for sure I would lose weight with this, if I knew for sure you would fix this thing, I would do it right now. Everybody agree? Yes. Okay? When I'm not sure, I don't move. Okay? By the way, when you lower confidence, you lower your ability to close a sale, which is what we're trying to do with this cycle. Okay? So in 2000, we had nothing. Okay? So we started dropping information. Notice what happens, 2005, 2010. Johnny, can they see this here in the room? 2010, 2012, 2014. Look at this thing. We started controlling. I'm paying attention to my attention. I'm paying attention to my brand. I'm paying attention to my assets. Okay, this isn't about the law of attraction, by the way. This is about attention and action. This isn't about humma, 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 humma. I want to be famous. Bro, if you don't get out of your house, you ain't going to be famous. You got to get out of your house. Okay, the way to get out of your house is I got to get on the internet and I got to push data and content into the internet. Now you're going to be competing with more people now because you're going to be competing with artificial intelligence. You're not going to be competing with Grant Cardone. It's going to be Grant Cardone veiled as Jesus. Okay, you understand in the future, a kid will be able to be like, I want to learn Grant Cardone's information, but I want to learn it from Barack Obama. Okay, and they're going to click, the avatar is going to be Barack. The information is going to be Grant Cardone. And by the way, I want it in Japanese. It's going to be freaking crazy. You guys think you got competition right now? You're not, like, you'll have a 10 million times more competition. Okay, back to takeaways. The point I'm trying to show you guys right here is you can control your attention. Nobody knew me. I know many of you sit in these rooms and you're like, oh, if I was Grant Cardone, I could do this. Oh, I'd have the money if I was Grant. Man, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, 90% of you are in a better situation than I was when you are where you are right now. When I was back where you are right now, you're in a better condition than I was when I was where you are. You can elect to believe that or not, but it's true. By the way, the money always follows the attention. Show them the money graph, Johnny. Look at the money graph. That money graph is the same graph. This is my assets, okay, and our income. So go back, Johnny, just bounce back and forth. Look, attention goes up. The money actually freaking went higher than the attention. I can only get so much attention, and then you tap out. Money, you can keep getting money forever. The money graph they're using the attention graph they're using right now stops at 100. So now if I compare my attention graph to, let's say, what's in the news right now? Donald Trump or BRICS, okay? My graph, their graph will be this high, mine will be down here compared to anything that's being searched. All right, back to takeaways. Okay, number 4, and I offered you guys a way to do this yesterday. A lot of people took advantage of this. Not all of you did, but let me tell you something. This vitamin D that I talk about, okay, you ain't going nowhere without it. I don't know why you guys got so scared of it. Your daddy got you scared of it. Mama got you scared of it. You borrow money for the wrong things, and then you won't borrow money for the right things. It's insane, man. It's like, okay, I'm going to go borrow money to buy a house that can never produce income. But I'm not going to borrow money for a business that could literally pay for my house. I'll borrow money for a boat to use once or twice a week, but I won't buy money for a piece of equipment that my team could use every single day to grow my business. I won't borrow money to hire people, but I will borrow money to go to dinner. Doesn't make any sense, right? So the way I use debt is if I can't write it off, I don't use it. Remember that? I talked about that. If I can write it off, I'm going to use the debt, okay? You cannot write off debt to buy belt or clothes. You can't write clothes off. But I can write dinner off. 100% of a dinner I can write off. Okay, so I can go to dinner, spend $1,000 on dinner if I just bring a couple people. My wife and I, Donald Trump passed that law before he left office, back to 100% write-off. I'm going to bring a couple of clients there and spend $1,000. I'd rather do that than spend $1,000 on a jacket. I can't write off the jacket no matter what, unless it's a costume. Now, if it was a costume, if this is my costume today, and this is the only place I wear this costume, then guess what? I can write it off. See, that hoodie, I can write that hoodie off. If you were a 10X licensed coach, you could write the hoodie off. So I'm just looking for ways to work the angles, right? Number 4, use debt to grow your business. Use debt to grow yourself. Use debt to grow the people around you. GrantCardone.com/funding. GrantCardone.com/funding. I'm going to end that tonight. GrantCardone.com/funding. It is $20,000 of credit. There is no interest on it. All we ask you to do is pay it back. Use it for yourself, for your business, okay? To grow yourself and grow your business, because your business is limited. Its growth is limited by your imagination. Everybody agree with that? Yeah. If you don't grow, it won't grow. So the first thing to invest in is you. 3 things I talked about yesterday to invest in. First, yourself. Second, your business. Third, an asset class that provides you with another revenue stream. Number 5, motivation problem. Your motivation problem is not a depression problem. Your motivation problem is the targets are too small. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't have targets that are big enough. They're not exciting enough. You don't have a pathway to that target. Like, you'll lose motivation if your target's too big. I'm going to be a billionaire, but there is no pathway. You're going to lose it. You're going to be like, okay, I can't do that. Your kid wants a horse. I give your kids a big horse, and now they can't get up on the horse. If they can't get up on the horse and ride the horse, guess what? They're not going to be motivated. They're going to lose it because there's no path. Now, if I actually give them a path to perfect that horse, they'll stay motivated and they won't quit. Number 6. Their money problem or your money problems. Remember, the people that you're surrounded by, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, community, your neighbor, okay? The people you're surrounded by. We did an exercise yesterday. You know, you need to look at the 5 or 6 people you spend the most time with. How do you rate their money problems? What's their credit like? How do they think? Do they have scarcity and poverty mindset? If they do, okay, their problems become your problems. How many of you here, just raise your hand, how many of you here hire people? You have employees. Let me just see a hand. Good. Their problems become your problems. Strongly and recommend, do not lend money to people. Don't solve their problem. Okay? People go to me, hey man, can I get a loan? Yeah, sure you can. Maybe. With somebody. Not me. I gave you an opportunity. I hired you. The bank lends money. Well, man, the bank won't lend me money. Well, guess what? Then don't come to me about it. That's what they do for a living. But I'm not solving their problem. I'm going to give them an opportunity. If you're hiring people, by the way, give yourself a big pat on the shoulder, okay? Just for hiring people. Okay? Okay, number 7. Is that number 7? Man, that's way over there. What happened here? 6, and then they disappeared. Huh? What happened, guys? Oh, they're coming up now. 7, people have everything you want. People, remember, the who. We talked about the who yesterday. Okay, who's got my money? Y'all remember that? We got this little t-shirt that says, who's got my money? Who is the way to the dollars? It is not money. You don't need to look for the money or the what or the how. You need to look for the who. Go back. Okay. Number 8, idea. Remember, I get an idea. I want to monetize that idea as fast as I possibly can. All I'm trying to do is summarize for you guys yesterday kind of the main takeaways. Okay. Number 9, the best investment is you, your business, and then other assets that will pay you a drip. Number 10, when do you spend money, okay? When do I spend money and what do I spend money on? I use a little rating scale, 1 to 5, okay? 1 and 2, I'm buying it. 3, it's I really don't need it. 4 is I absolutely don't need it. And 5, it was stupid. Guess which ones I buy? I buy 1s and 2s only, and I say no to the 3, no to the 4, and no to the 5. Okay, so number 9, best investment is you and your business. Number 10, when do you spend money? You spend it if you can write it off. You spend it if it provides income. You spend it if it makes you grow. And you spend it when you can invest it. Meaning I'm not spending it on a belt. I'm going to invest it in a building. So when my friends were out buying Rolexes and going on vacations, I was buying real estate and nobody knew it. And then 10 years later, my real estate keeps growing when the belt deteriorated and when the vacation was forgotten. Number 11, buy assets, not stuff. So I use this little rating thing, 1 to 5. Okay, I use it all the time. I literally unconsciously use it now. Hey, what is it? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. The higher the number, the less necessary it is. A 5 is absolutely stupid and unnecessary. A 4 is like, I don't need this. A 3 is, maybe. 1s and 2s, I need to buy those things. Okay? 3, 4s, and 5s, not necessary. I buy real estate like this. I select people in my life like this. I do business like this. Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? No, this is a stupid business, okay? Okay, I'm not going to do it. Boom, I don't spend any more time on it. Annie sends it to me. This guy's got a great opportunity for you. Tell him I'm not interested. I don't need to see him. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to hear the pitch. No, as fast as I could possibly get to a no. 12, last thing that happened yesterday. All marketing works. Yeah. What was this set to, guys? 30. Okay. All marketing works. Yes, ma'am. Oh, the 1 to 5, the scale 1 to 5. Okay, the scale on 1 to 5 is, okay, one, absolutely gotta have it. Gotta have it. 2, yeah, I need this. Okay, 1 is I gotta have it, it's I got to. Okay, 2 is, yeah, we need this. But it's not like I could live without it. Now, as things become more suspect, as times become more suspect, I'm going to become more absolute on how I approach these. So if the economy's terrible, a 2 might not be bought anymore. A 1's still going to be bought. A 3 is, yeah, I'm not going to die without it. Whatever, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? All those things you really don't need. Okay, number 4. And by the way, these rules change when you're, if you're super rich, you can do them all. You can do stupid stuff. There is a time to do stupid stuff, okay? Number 4, no, I don't need this. And number 5, this was stupid. I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. Everybody has a stupid list. How many of you bought something stupid before and knew when you were doing it, this is completely stupid? Recently. Okay. Right? What was it? What was it? Yeah, okay. Okay. So now, I gave you, that's the takeaways from yesterday, okay? Hey, don't worry about the spending the money. I mean, most of you need to fix that. You need to get a little tighter on how you're spending money. But what you need to do first is learn how to produce more income, okay? Income is senior by financing terms. Income is senior to spending. So if you look at a financial statement, income is the top line. Less spending or expenses, okay, and that equals a profit. Now, where do people spend most of their time talking? Spending, man. All your shows are. Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, the CNBC, the Smart Money Show. Everything talks about how to spend money. My mom was like, turn off the lights. How many of you grew up with a mom that told you when to turn the lights off? We don't own the electric company. Okay, my brother, I'm a twin. My brother and I were encouraged to pee in the same toilet at the same time. To save what? Water, exactly. It saves water. Okay? We don't own the utility company. You guys can piss in the same toilet. Okay? Hit flush once. So all my attention was based on budgets and contraction and protection, clipping coupons, looking for the best deal, buying a used car rather than a new car. You guys got it? Yes. But none of my attention, because my mama didn't know how to do this. Nothing in school is taught on income. You guys spend most of your time in meetings on budgets because you gave up on the income as the target. Now, money follows attention. So if you give up on the target of income, guess what? Income's going to go down. You got companies today, hundreds and hundreds of companies on Wall Street today. They don't even think about income anymore. They're like, we don't need income. We're going to do a raise. We're just going to raise money. And they think that that's income. There's hundreds of companies sitting on the internet today where they're like, we're going to go for another raise. We're going to go for Series C now. Let's go get some more. I'm like, where's your income? We don't have any income. We're not based on income. We're based on viewership and numbers, which is a way to do business. But most of you that are here today, you do not have access to that game. And if you don't have access to that game, and I don't, then you need to figure out, how do I get my top line, this line right here, my income, to be bigger, greater than this line right here, okay? How far can I take this number down? 0. I can only take this to 0, okay? How far can I take this income line? Infinite. As far as I can imagine, as many people as I can add, as much as I can think, as persistent as I can be, as much creativity, I can raise my income infinitely, literally, with no cap. Okay, my expenses can only get so low, to 0 at best. Okay, so let's talk about the sales cycle you're going to use to create the income that you want. You're on page 59, I think. What are you guys? 61. There you go. 61, page 61, 59 in my book. Is there a new book, guys, that I could use? She's on 60, I'm on 61, you're on 59. I'm just glad it's Saturday somewhere. No, the same, that's the same one I have. Perfect sales cycle, okay? Yeah, yeah. Okay, before we do that, yeah, you're right. You guys are right. You guys are right. You're on 61, okay? Okay, you're on 61. That's right. Okay, 61, perfect sales cycle. Okay, before we go there, what's your exact sale process? I want you guys to write down the 5 steps that you use. You took a phone call. Now, those of you out there that are like, I'm not a salesperson, I don't do sales. Everyone does sales. You're selling something to someone all the time. The fact that you don't know you are doesn't mean that you aren't, okay? The fact that you don't know you're doing that at that very moment. What is the process that you would sell by? Okay? Just write them down real quick. What are the 5 things? Just write down the order, because there's an order of things that would happen. You take a phone call, or you make a phone call. Somebody comes to your office and asks you about a product or service, or you went to their office and showed them a product or service. You're a waiter, a waitress, you're doing a haircut, you're a plumber, HVAC, you're an engineer, you're looking for a new job. You're looking for a job, that is a sales pitch. Everybody agree? You're trying to buy a piece of real estate. That's a sales pitch. What's the first thing you do? What's the second thing you do? The third thing you do? The fourth and the fifth? Basically, I'm talking about how to monetize or how to be successful in interaction with another person. I want this girl to go out with me or a guy to go out with me. That's a sales pitch, right? I want Amazon to come back to my house and drop the package off. That's a sales pitch. I want the policeman not to give me a ticket. That is a sales pitch. What do you do? How do you handle him? You're going 112 miles an hour in Golden Beach. Jared's like, really? Okay, you guys know what it is? Okay, now here's the problem with what you just did. How many of you are like, I'm not sure here? Just raise your hand if you're like, I don't know. Well, guess what? If you don't know, they don't know, okay? When certainty, monetization is all about certainty, okay? The moment you lose certainty, when the certainty goes down, this is the thing that is required in order for somebody to say, I'll buy it. When the certainty drops, they're going to say things like, I need to think about it. I need to look. I'm not ready to make a decision. I don't have the money. I got to go Google search it. First place I've been to. How many of you have these situations happen? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because why? The certainty wasn't there. Now, their certainty is low. Everyone that is shopping everywhere in the world at this very moment has low certainty. Otherwise, they would have already bought the product. Once they buy the product, they're certain. Okay, I got Amazon delivering me a package tomorrow. I think I'm certain it's coming. Okay, I might check a couple times, but I've already bought it now. You understand what I'm saying? So when the certainty go down, when that gets dropped, theirs drops, and theirs is already down. Okay, so how do you raise somebody's certainty? I need the certainty up here. I have certainty. My certainty's up here, and theirs is low. How do I raise their certainty? Okay. I got to figure out how to move this up, right? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I got to shop. I got to think. First place I've been to. I got it. I'm with you. I'm going to show you guys how to raise that. You do not raise certainty by lowering yours. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there on mirroring. I'm going to mirror the guy. Annie comes in. She's all uncertain. And so I'm supposed to mirror her. No, you're not. Bro, you got to stay up here. You got to drag these people up to you. Because if you go down and match them, guess what's going to happen? Okay? Ain't nobody going to buy anything. Okay. So let me show you the sales process. Oops. Perfect sales process. This is the 6 steps. First thing you would do is you would greet somebody. Hey, how you doing? What's up? How you doing? What's happening? What's happening, man? Good to see you. Okay? Thank you for calling Cardone Enterprises. Let's see how they greet me at my office right now. Let's see. Call Cardone Enterprises.
Calling Jared Glint. Mobile.
Calling Jared Glint. Jared. Let me try a different number. Yeah. One.
Great, Greg Cardone's office. This is Eddie. What can I get your information on?
Man, Eddie, how you doing, Eddie?
Doing great, G.
Okay, thanks, man. Okay, who's got a phone number? You guys got a phone number? Your business open today? Who's got one? What's your number? 662-372. Hold on, 662-372. What do you sell? 4772? Let's see how they do. One.
Good morning, Dimitri Services. Can I help you?
How can you help me?
Hello?
How can you help me?
I'm sorry?
You said, how can I help you? How can you help me?
Well, I don't know. What do you need help with?
I need my trees trimmed.
Okay, so yeah, we do tree services, so we can trim trees.
I got a big 75-foot oak that's hanging over my roof right now, and I'm worried about it. I'm worried about
Right,
it.
okay.
I think it's got some kind of infestation.
Right, what's your name?
My name is Lumberjack Grant.
Sorry, is this a serious call, or are you trying to make a prank call?
No, this is dead serious. And I'm worried
Right,
about
okay, so what's your address then, please?
2120 3rd Avenue. But why does that matter? What I need to know is, what's it going to cost me to remove this tree?
Yeah, so your address is incorporated into the price for travel, so what's the zip code?
What's my zip code? 38804. Thank you, honey.
That's not coming up as a matching address.
Say again?
That's not coming up as an address.
Okay, well, maybe that's not the address. But the
Okay, so
the
would
zip
you like
code's
a
right.
quote?
I
And
just,
can
I'm just trying to get an estimate of what that would cost. Is it going to be like
Okay.
$500, $200? It's 75 feet. It's probably another 40 feet, 50 feet wide. It's been there, I don't know, 40
Right.
years.
I'll just explain this call to the person who deals with the trees and see if it's something that they want to assist with. So can you hold the line for one moment?
Yeah. Or does he just want to call me back? Maybe just call me back on this number. She's an angry British chick, man. Is this out of the country? Oh, got it. Yeah. So this is what's going to happen. This is what happens every day in America and around the world, frankly. Okay? You ran an ad. You had something going on. I mean, clearly, I'm not a real buyer for a tree, but it's an example. Is that a real call that could happen? Is that a real possible call? Okay. Could the guy have the wrong address of his own business? I don't know. I don't know my addresses. Like, I don't even know why it matters what the address is. So what wasn't in that call? She answered the phone quick enough. Okay. She was nice enough in the first, at least the greeting, but when she moved to the qualification, it got sticky. I didn't understand why she was qualifying me, okay? Now, that call could have gone like this. Hey, thank you for calling the best tree removal service in the world. What can I get you information on? Not how can I help you, okay? Because she said, how can I help you? And I'm like, how can you help me? And then she got lost on how can I help you, and it became a little argument on just how can I help you? And then she's like, is this a prank call? What does it matter? What does it matter if it's a prank call? Most sales calls are prank calls. By the way, somebody pranking you, okay? Right? Hey, what's up? Well, hey, thank you for calling Cardone Tree Services. What can I give you information on? I need to remove a 75-foot oak. That's our specialty, okay? How close to the house is the 75-foot oak? How long has it been there? How old is it, okay? Do you have a picture of it? Are you in front of the house right now? Could you FaceTime it with me and I'll get a professional, an expert on the line to tell you how long it'll take? If we can remove it, if it's covered by insurance, and what it will cost you. See, I got tremendous amounts of confidence that I've never removed a tree before. And I got her actually FaceTiming me using technology. Why not? It's available. Everybody agree? Yes. Okay? So this is why when you leave here, you guys, tomorrow, when this is over, you guys have to figure this out because this is where the money is. Okay? You remember you had a target, and your target was what? Whatever your target was, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, a billion. How do you get to that target? You get it through sales. The company's valued based on the sales it makes. Brandon Dawson that was up here yesterday, he and I started a company. When did we start that company? 3.5, 4 years ago? 2020. 2020 we started a company, had no revenue, we didn't borrow one penny, and we didn't put any money in it. Listen to me, no money, no income, no debt, no investors, and we didn't drop a penny into it, and it'll do what this year? He did $3 million last week. Okay, last week he did $3 million. How much is he going to do this year? 125. Okay, if we don't do 125 and we do 100 or we do 90, I'm like, dude, the business didn't even exist. Why? Because what we focus on over there is this: target, promote, sales. This is what I talked about yesterday. Hey man, what's the target? Are you going to promote it? Will you do everything in your power to let people know what it is? And then will your team be able to expedite with that phone call or that opportunity or that situation? So it goes like this. Number one, you greet. Go to page 61. Greet, qualify. This is very, very important. This second step you want to circle. Probably the most important part of the entire sales cycle is step number 2. It's the qualification. It is not the demonstration of the product, which is number 3. Demonstrate, present the product. How does it solve problems? 4, make a proposal. I didn't get to that in the phone call, okay? Never got to a proposal. You want to make a note next to number 4. If number 4 doesn't happen, you can't close the deal. It's impossible. If you don't give the buyer a number, if you don't give the prospect a number, you guys in the beauty business, cosmetology, roofing business, building business, construction, you're doing carpentry, cabinets. I don't know what you guys, I'm so scared to give anybody a number about anything. We're so competitive. Our industry is the most competitive industry in the world. Bro, every industry is competitive. Somebody will always do it cheaper. You cannot be scared of the price. If you don't get the price, you can't sell the product. Everybody agree? If I don't know how much it is impossible for me to be certain to buy it. Okay? Number 5, close. You close the offer. Now, there's certain things that have to be present to make a close. Most people actually try to close deals and don't even have the necessary items to close. And the last thing is follow-up. Okay, our company's great on number 6. We do a great job on number 6. You guys been followed up on? Okay, all right. Okay, this will, turn the page, work for any type of sales. For if any of you out there feeling left out right now, job interviews. It'll work for a job interview. And many of you right now, many of you don't know it right now, but you're going to be doing one here in the next 10 or 12 months. You're going to be doing a job interview because you're going to lose your job, okay? This works on online sales, door-to-door, phone sales, retail sales, incoming sales. Are these filled in? You guys got them filled in? Or I'm just giving them to you right now? Yeah, they have blanks? Yeah, I don't know that. Okay, 4, retail sales. You walk into a store, you walk into a restaurant, that's considered a retail sale. You walk into a Sprint or a Verizon or a T-Mobile office, that's a retail sale, right? You walk into Walmart's, that's a retail sale. Nobody's going to talk to you at Walmart. And there's going to be fewer and fewer people talking to you. And this is going to become more and more of an opportunity because you're going to have more and more robots. Amazon's done a great job, by the way, of actually automating processes like this. Number 5, incoming sales calls. Every company should have a way for me to call you. Your website should have on every page a phone number. So that when I'm going through your website, if I can't find your phone number, and I'll bet most of you I can't find a phone number on your website. It'll be buried at the bottom rather than the top. Number 6, B2B, business to business. I'm calling on a business to sell them insurance. Okay, B2C, business to consumer. We do all these, by the way, every single one of these. Do we do door-to-door? Yeah, we do some door-to-door. Okay, so every one of these I do. How many of these do you guys do? Just circle the ones you do. Because those other ones may be opportunities. All right, I'm going to give you the 10 truths of conversions. These 10 things, and she could have done these on that phone call. It would have helped her in her phone call. These are 10 truths that you need to use when you're trying to convert somebody from being interested, okay, because that's what a sale is. Somebody's shown interest. How do I convert the interest into money? Okay, number 1, always agree with your buyer. Your prospect. I'm calling about, I want to remove a 75-foot tree. Excellent, great, and thank you. Thank you for calling here. We are the experts at removing 75-foot trees. Now, she could have called and said, hey, I'm looking for the best water in town. Thank you for calling. Did somebody tell you to ask for us as we are the best? We provide the best water treatments. I'm already moving into my product in the greeting. My greeting and my qualification and my demo can all start getting like contracted into one another. They start blending. It's not really individual steps. So number 1, always agree with your buyer. By the way, it doesn't mean they're right. It just means you're telling them they're right. Okay, you want to make a note here. The customer is most often not right. Delusionary, crazy, completely out of their mind, insane, and far from being right. But it doesn't mean that I tell them that they're idiots. Okay, I'm like, this guy is an idiot. Yes, sir, you're right. Okay, number 2, you need to be transparent. I'm going to tell people my intention is to make sure I get this tree removed this weekend. I can't remove the tree this weekend, and I know we can't get anybody there. I'm still going to tell the interested party that my goal is to remove the tree this weekend. Man, if it was up to me, sir, I would have that tree out of your house today by noon. See the confidence and the certainty? And they start doing what? Oh my God, man, my tree's gonna be gone. My tree's gonna be gone, okay? They start mentally seeing the tree gone. By the way, one of the things that has to happen for a close is I have to mentally accept the idea that I'm gonna take your product or service. There also has to be urgency to remove that product or service, and there has to be wherewithal to do so. I'll give you all that in a second. Number 3, you have a clear intention. My goal is to remove your tree. My goal is to have you in my car. My goal is to do your plumbing. My goal is to get this project. My goal is to buy your real estate. I want to buy this real estate. I love your real estate. Number 4, no one thing will ever blow a sale. There's no one thing. We use this at our office all the time. Dude, we get this happened, this guy canceled, this guy didn't do this. No one thing ever blows a deal. So you don't want your sales team walking on eggshells selling people things. You want them pushing that client. No one thing will ever blow a sale. No one thing you say will ever blow a sale. Like I've had a lot of, hey Grant, when you said this, that was enough for me. Nah, it's never one thing. What else? What else did I do? What else pissed you off, man? Huh? Tell me all of it. Well, actually, my brother-in-law sells the same product, and my sister is never, his sister, whatever, is now, blah, 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 right? Okay, number 5, 100% write-up. You got to write the people up. Get them a proposal. Let me send you a number. I'm going to send you a number on a 1-year contract, a 2-year contract, a 3-year contract. I'm going to throw you something on a 1 month. You can do this for 1 month. I'm going to show you, I'll give you numbers 3 or 4 or 5 different ways. Number 6. Remember this, people shop price, they can't buy it. It's impossible to buy a price. Never bought one in your life. You shop price, you don't buy a price. So don't worry about it. It's not something you can get from somebody else. Number 7, use hard questions. Man, that scene right there, I saw this the other day. God, it's such a good scene, okay? Use hard questions. Do you have the money? Can you do this? Are you the decision maker? On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being I'm ready to go, where are you at right now? I'm at an 8. What would make it a 10? Like, these are hard questions. You said you're going to come tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Would there be any reason you couldn't make it here?
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I'm going to challenge this buyer. Are you in a position to purchase this? Have you ever bought anything this expensive before? Would you mind showing me the money? How much money do you have? How liquid are you? You know, like what's the worst thing that's going to happen right now? I'm not going to say it. We raise money at Cardone Capital, okay? We raised $1 billion. The first question they're supposed to ask on the phone, Mr. Cardone wants to know how liquid you are. They're calling about my investment, okay? Hey, I want to know about Grant's newest investment. Great, how liquid are you? What does that matter? It matters to Grant. Okay. How liquid are you? Now, most of my people will not go back for a second. They won't go back for a second try because they didn't get an answer. It's a no answer. On hard questions, you want to write this down. Always get an answer. Once you open the door, get an answer. You asked that guy the other day what? No, you didn't tell him the other day. The belt thing. Okay, he thought about it, but didn't tell him. See, if I see something that I'm curious about, I'm going to ask it. I mean, I just can't help myself. That's what gets me in trouble so much.
Yeah, but it was really less about asking him to fix it and more about like, man, this guy doesn't even know that he's all twisted up and jacked up.
I know, but you didn't care about him enough to fix him up, Jared.
I did care about it, but if somebody comes to interview like that and they're coming in looking all sloppy like that, it says something. You not look at yourself in the mirror before you went in for a job interview,
and that's why I would be like, bro, I had this guy, a 24-year-old kid, come to me. He was pitching me a partnership, and he drives up in a Rolls Royce. He's 24 years old. I saw him drive up in my office, right? And I'm telling you, it blew the first impression I had of him. He thinks he's a baller and showing up, and that's going to impress me. It didn't impress me at all. What it said to me was, this guy's got a spending problem. He's probably a degenerate, you know, thinks he needs a Rolls. I don't want to be a partner with a guy that thinks he needs a Rolls Royce at 24 years old. I had tremendous amounts of judgment about that. I didn't buy a Rolls Royce when I was 24. Couldn't. And if I could have, I wouldn't have. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Bruh.
okay? It's only going to fake out another fake. It's not going to fake out a real guy. You understand? The Rolex, the Patek, the roll, all that stuff, it doesn't fake out real people. Number 8, decision phenomenon. The decision phenomenon is magic, okay? It basically suggests that the buyer makes a decision to purchase before you've asked them. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for this decision phenomenon. Many of you here today, yesterday, made a decision yesterday. Yesterday, you decided to join Cardone University, Cardone Ventures. Maybe you saw Brandon's presentation. You heard about Cardone University. You heard about some of the things we're doing. Yesterday, many of you in this room made a decision to do more stuff with me. Am I right or wrong on that? Okay, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you guys to make a decision to do something. Raise your hand if you made a decision yesterday or last night to do more with me. I haven't asked you, but you made a decision. That's called the decision phenomenon. You made a decision to do something. And by the way, those are the best customers that you will ever have because they have confidence in themselves and their future, and they want to step into it. You don't have to ask many people to do things. The right customers are ready. It's the right time for them. They're ready to move on the product or service. But what you guys do is you spend all this time overselling the opportunity. You just keep talking. How many of you heard that before? Once the sale was closed, quit talking. Well, what if they already made a decision before you started talking? What if they called you?
The water example, the water machine example at the Oriole house?
Yeah, so I had this. Anybody know Kangen water machines? They're $5,000, $6,000, right? So a guy comes out to my house. He's like, I want to come out, show you this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Brian, come on, man. How much is it? $6,000. I'm like, I ain't buying no machine for $6,000. That's stupid. I'm drinking bad water before I spend $6,000 of my money, okay? I said, but you can come out and show me the bullshit. I'll look at it, because I like the guy, right? So the guy comes out. His name's Carlos. He comes out, brings a machine, puts out a bunch of cups of water, throws Diet Coke, Sprite in there, Avion water, and then his Kangen water, and did a bunch of little acid tests on it. And everything showed acid except this one Kangen water, okay? He's literally 3 minutes into the presentation. I'm like, shit, I'm going to buy 2 or 3 of these machines. Literally. I ain't going to spend 6. I'm going to spend 18,000. I'm going to get one for the office, one for the kitchen, one for this outdoor room. I'm going to have everybody drinking it, okay? My dogs are slopping up the Kangen water. They won't even touch the tap water anymore. I'm like, shit, I'll buy 4 of them. I'm going to get 4 of them now, okay? What are you drinking? No. So here I am just tripping out. In my mind, he's only been there 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm going to buy 3 or 4 or 5 machines, okay? What does he do? He goes on for another 75 minutes. How many machines do you think I bought? 0. None. Got it from somebody else. Okay? So what I'm looking for is the decision phenomenon, okay? The question to ask right here, if you want to find out if they've made a decision, have you seen enough to make a decision? I guarantee you, this is $1 million. I'm giving you $1 billion worth of information here today, folks, for what, $97 or something, $200, $300, $15,000. See, when I walk in a room, I'm always looking for $1 billion. I'm like, hey, where's my next big idea coming from? Every time I walk into a room, what am I getting out of this today? For me. I'm here today for me. What can I learn today? Okay? The decision phenomenon, the question could be asked, have you seen enough to make a decision? Like some of you right now, you've seen enough in this 20-minute presentation that I've done right here to be like, dude, I need to learn the sales game, right or wrong. How many of you are like, oh shit, I don't know how to sell shit. I don't know how to sell shit. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to sell anything. Number 9, second sale is easier to make than the first sale. Second sale is easier to make. I could spend 3 hours making the first sale and sell the second product in 2 minutes. So you notice we look for lots of second sales at my company. Second, third, fourth. Anytime I need to hit a target, right? Let's say, you remember this target stuff, right? This is real stuff. This isn't some idea. This is a real target on seats. a real target on loaves of bread sold, a real target on muffins, a book sold, okay? What's the target? I did a book deal on, what was the Be Obsessed or Be Averaged, and I asked, who was that? What group? Penguin. I asked Penguin, I said, what's your target? They're like, we don't have a target. I'm like, you don't have a target? Well, you don't have a target, how can I get there? We did a deal with Amazon for the 10X Mentor program. They paid me a whole bunch of money to do this program. Hey, what's your target for the first week sales? We don't have one. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if you don't have one, like, how do I help you get to it? Now, you give me the target, and I can measure that and say, hey, our target today was for 100 units, and we're at 88. I need 12 more units. The first place to go to hit a target is from previous customers. Don't go to a new person, a new source. Always go back to an old source, somebody that already did it with you, okay? I'm giving you a note right here on second sale. Always go back to a previous buyer or source. Yes, sir.
And I was just going to say, this is like, so number one is go back to somebody who has already bought your product. The next thing is don't go get a new customer. Like if you're going to go another level down, go back to somebody who saw your product or service presentation but didn't buy. Because they've already demonstrated a need. They already have a relationship established with you, and sometimes the timing's not right. Grant's going to talk a little bit about this later, but like sometimes going back to somebody who's already seen a presentation, they'll call up and go, hey, timing was bad, this or that, let's roll. So first is go back to somebody you already bought. Second is go back to who saw your presentation and said no.
And it could be as simple as, hey, you bought one of these from me, can I get you for another one? Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. Okay? Hey, man, I'm short on my quota. Could you help me out? Could I tag you a second time? What you mean tag me? You know, tag your credit card, man. Bang you, bangy. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. You got another tree? I hit you for that first tree. So when I'm going to this guy's house to look at his tree, I know there's another tree in the neighborhood. There ain't no way I'm leaving that neighborhood with just one tree. I'm taking something else out. Number 10, always use third-party touch. Third-party touch is I could have somebody else call on my behalf. Hey, you were on the call with Grant. What happened? Why didn't you buy it? Okay, this is a straight-up why didn't you buy call. Okay, sales exercise. Is this you, Jared?
Yes, sir.
Sales exercise. How many, do you guys like this section right here? Okay. Jared Glant.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Ladies
How
and
you
gentlemen,
doing?
boys and girls.
Okay, so exercise. First exercise of the day. Question 1 is list the sales truths that you currently violate. So we went over, 10 of them? So I want you to go down through that list, and I want you to write down on the blank sheets in your workbook the sales truths that you're currently violating. Number 2, okay, look at each of these steps of the sales process and identify 2 things that you should be doing differently in each step of this process that you're not doing right now. So what are 2 things that you could be doing in each of these steps? Number 3, what was your biggest, aha? Like, oh my gosh. Was it the decision phenomenon? Was it the second sale? What was the thing that you were like, oh my gosh, like that one thing that really stuck out? Number 4, how much more money do you think it would be worth to you if you made these changes to the existing sales process? Not everything that we could teach you in the world about sales. These are the big high points. But if you just took these things that we taught you today, how much more money would that be to you per month, per year? Okay? And then number 5 is list any question that you had that came up, because we're going to address those in the breakouts, all right? So we're going to take 10 minutes, knock out this exercise. We'll see you back. Oh, hey, everybody on the preview. Preview and social media folks. Guys, we are getting ready to dig down deep into sales today, conversions. In the next section, we're going to be talking about the most important part of the entire sale, and you do not want to miss this. This is where you can actually get the buyer to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get a deal done. Okay, you don't even have to make any assumptions. The customer will literally, if you do this thing the right way, the customer will literally tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get a deal done. Then we're going to be talking about how to handle the customer when they say no. Imagine if you could handle the customer no matter what no they threw at you, you knew exactly how to handle it to get a deal. And then we got some amazing stuff today. We're going to do a pitch
qualifying, negotiating, and closing, and follow-up.
Qualifying, negotiating, closing, and follow-up. And then tonight, we're doing the pitch-off. This is going to be insane. For those of you that are on the fence, getting ready to decide whether you want to stick around the rest of the time or not. We're doing a full Shark Tank style pitch. We got people that are coming in pitching their business. First place, 10 grand. Second place, 5 grand. Third place, $2,500. People are going to come up here. Some of the pitches are going to be great, and some of them are going to be terrible, and we're going to tear people up. It's going to be great. It's like watching a car wreck happen. I'm just joking, because some of the people in the room here,
I want to see this car.
Some of the people in the room here.
Jared told me that some of you guys y'all wanted to come up here and do it, and you're terrible. I said, "Fucking let's go."
I was like, I don't think they're ready for this.
I like to see the terrible.
It's going to be awesome. So all you got to do is go to grantcardone.com/97. This is the last preview. This is the last social stream that we're going to do of this event. You don't want to miss what we're going to do today, plus what we're going to cover tomorrow on execution and actually putting a plan together for you to put all this stuff into practice. grantcardone.com/97. Click the link, go to the URL, get transacted, and let's roll. You're going to get everything in your email, and we'll see you guys back after the break.